Yeah. Let me rest it.
Ole, ole. All right, welcome to yet another edition of the Tribune Salone Sports Show. The show, we talk issues them about sports now, Salone and across the world. I want to welcome you to this week edition and bless up as a day with me, co-host the way that Emmanuel and Michael Dopeii. Today we don't get any guests now the show, but probably we go open full line for let you call and tell me about the preparation for Leone Star as we see John Kister don't name the home base players they will don't call for training ahead of the Sao Tome doubleheader for the AFCON qualifier. We will look into that list and also look at Salon players abroad as some of the players them get match time yesterday, get some minutes like yesterday, Idris Kanu Binga forgets a goal inside them victory we didn't get Barnett. And also we see the likes of John Robert and all they get victory inside the games they wouldn't play. Others we get a bad game, whilst others get match time. Alusain and Alasan also been get a match time and then part of the victory we learn Ines Binga forget. We go look into that. The Sierra Leone Premier League, Bo Rangers stretch the lead with 3-0 win yesterday as they been get for we beat FCU one scene and stretch the little 4 point clear above mighty Blackpool. We go play against the start today inside Konneh. Whether that must start go cut Blackpool the speed or Blackpool will keep the chase on Go Rangers. Well, we'll wait for Sidak to go show that game the live later on. Now, Max Tribune Sport. But before we go further, also Manchester United go play for their first trophy this season as then go face Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup finals. We go look into that and all the other issues them we make up the show today. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you very much, Maggie. It was good. The people there, I apologize. I must say last week, the family emergency by the time the kitchen house, but I feel bad when I missed the show. Although I'm force me stand there and I get for miss the show for another attend because I get for go holiday on Tuesday and I get for Kante
For
March 12th.
for
So
that
I they
7 weeks.
apologize in advance.
Never miss for that 7 weeks. All right.
Oh, what to
All right,
say?
Michael. All right, Michael Dopeii. Thank you. You did do very well. You did do very well. And we want to find them out there for share the live because it's very much important at this time. The more you share, the more people get for watch. And then we will therefore do with two giveaway where we again, so every week we dey try for help small, easy now, but we dey try for help small. So keep sharing the live and let we enjoy together. Today we go open the phone line if you get we call and tell me what you think as the talk of the town Musa Tumbo in inclusion inside the squad with pitch that name after the man just play one game. But we go look
and
into that as
score.
well. Tell what you think about that. So we are and we go continue. Emmanuel, welcome to the show. We missed Dopeii last week. In fact, we know the Dopeii get fast past me and you now because
I know.
hot pass the giveaway. Hot pass the giveaway.
Exactly. Well, really a blessed addition to the team, and when he's away, we really felt in presence. A lot of people were asking about the great Dopeii. He's a great man. And to the viewers out there on Akusha, on Akaba, on Adu, and interestingly, the main guy, the best guy is back, Kindopi.
Yeah, Dopeii is back. Dopeii is back.
I do to say, I do to
Dopeii,
say.
we dey put that straight to you because last week we play interview, you not been there. So
Yeah.
first of all, tell we I don't say I be done interview, but tell we what you feel like, getting into the season in this hot weather and also the competitions that we don't compete in, how they look like and what are you plan moving on.
Yeah, look, summertime for we the one and then as summer now like where the place warm, make with the run fast, great condition, win all that thing and unfortunately, like I would tell you last time we'll do the interview, the injury then this year, it don't make I can't be at my best. Let's say 50-40%. Are they running like a 40-50%? So I don't sit down with the coach, even though like the season opener was fast, the mid-season was fast, every time they run, they improve, every time they run faster. But the injury then they make, they get stick me for like hit me best. So me and my coach don't discuss, say I will cut my season short for this year, focus on my recovery because that's the most important thing. Focus on my recovery for next year because next year there's a lot at stake in terms of the Paris Com Games and the World Championship. So that is a more harder and more important for achieve than this year because this year if I finish the season, I get injured more. There's another one for for achieve anything. I just the one for be at my best. But for me to be at my best, my body needs to be 100%. And my body has not been, let's say, 60% in a long time. So we're gonna cut the season short. We'll focus on rehabbing, giving the body a rest, at least 4 to 6 week rest, and then we're gonna start the preseason earlier. Hopefully, that will make sure I will go be fit and ready for go by December.
All right. That's quite understandable. And we hope say you will be ready because by next year a lot of international competition and then people want to see you represent us well as well. All right,
Yeah, that's the
Emmanuel,
goal.
what you get for winning at the sporting scene? What's the goal?
And Magdalene, as you always know, and it's been like a quiet moment presently within the locals in here. And we just see the NPL boys and now we turn back, and most of the boys them yesterday been playing lot down the Wollongong axis. And unfortunately, I'll not be able to go watch some of the matches today, but some of the young mans and likes of Fode Van, they were down there to cheer up the boys as they get back into the NPL effective season. And we own blood brother winner John Roberts was on yesterday as the team gets a victory, which now a very good one. As they don't play 3 matches, they don't draw two, then get a one. This is their third one, and they get a winning. We put them in a better direction now for compete seriously into the leagues there in Melbourne. And we see lots of shakers and movers and they take place within the Australian, as the we see with Foodie is set to commence very soon, and we see a lot of signings the way they take place, and we will begin see again the booking. Like they can book man go for the banda every Sunday. We begin see the actions and the back they come into life, and we see again inside the tennis wall and basic matches and then they go people and they play in Budapest and they do some tours there, and
And the more to the Qatar Open finals.
yeah, so that's a very good one for him, considering the injuries where he been taken from the Australia Open, and he go back do some rehab and bounce back very strong into the Qatar tournament. So that's a very good signal that Emmanuel can be the third select in career in tennis for the hand and still continue for hold on to the racket and fight very hard. And sincerely, and the Marine are one of the players very difficult now for beats, very difficult for beat. It's just unfortunate, like just waiting that me brother Dopeii the injuries. They make you able to get the best of out of every talented athlete. And we see the English Premier League again, Magdalene, the shaker and mover we been take place doing Arsenal get a result, Man City get a result, but we see we brother Liverpool's are still struggling. They get a draw, and even Chelsea, we are yet to see their performance. So even if they win safety, they then still get for the 10th position. But a win for them, we will bring them very close for against the team within ninth, we will make them they very close to something like 1 point difference. But if they allow for if they go again and lost this one again, it's a big blow for them for make them able make the top six or neither the top four in the English Premier League. And we also see the Europa, lot of disturbance will take place. The mighty Barcelona is out by the great Manchester United, and we see some referee calls some errors that will take place. The goal line technology against Braga and Florentina, when the technology says it's a goal and the referee been up at the goal line technology say no, it's not a goal. So all those issues were up, and it has been a very good weekend. And we saw Sabo Rangers and FC Cologne also they get very tight into the league, and we see FC Cologne we're almost like third in the Sierra Leone Premier League. So watch us as the league to go.
All right. Like I said, the phone line open today. We want to get a view on the list of players we Kista the invite, and also tell we who I think they go win the Carabao Cup today. Manchester United or Newcastle. It's all United. You got to be one United winning, but who side at the end of the United way go fall? We don't know it. And he can also tell you about the Salon Premier League because the race is very tense, even though our first round today. I go carry reveal the hashtag soon for the draw. But shout out to the people all where they watch me right now. I know we get a lot of people where they watch me. Shout out to Yvonne Toure, Petros watching all the way from Konneh. Then they for show the Blackpool game and then go with other FC. Plasma Abdul, shout out to Aruna Pepe blog all the way from Canada. Yusuf Alhaji Amid me Jamsi. Until my guest I wish until today before I talk to him. Maxwell, I talked to her there on block and all who's a blocker from Facebook because we'll be fed for Ronaldo in business. I tell her,
Yeah.
I mean, what's up? What's up, I mean? Shout out Maxwell and Mabinti. All right, Una, welcome to the show. We dey continue keep sharing. We get more for share today, and not forget to the giveaway. They come soon. I go share the hashtag. But let we keep the live go up to 20 or 25 people watching. Then I will reveal the hashtag for the draw. Emmanuel, let we start with the Salon Premier League as always. Now with the start, and we see yesterday couple of good results for matches that we play across the country, as you don't mention. And when you talk, you mention your team, bad. Bad, yeah. And
Well, make
Dopeii
I
team,
correct to mention the
Dopeii team self win. So FC one team bigger
team.
for everyone seem bigger for lost 3-0 to Bow Rangers inside McKinney and Wilson Field.
Yeah.
Lua FC being get for lost to FC Cologne. And Easter Lions been beat Republicans 1-0. Now we start with the Bow Rangers match. What's in I take and Looking at Musa coming back in performance and the Rangers keeping the driving seat, even though Mighty Blackpool they pile the pressure on them on the second space.
And Magdalene, first and foremost, I want to say a big congratulations to the Sierra Leone Premier League board for so far so good. The league done the go on smoothly with all the odds and challenges we will look at in terms of the pitch and mobility of teams, yet still the league not stop and continue for the play. And that are a very good drive that we see say we board then the land and the one for make football playing at the country. And we see the outstanding performance of Bo Rangers against FC Chwansin because it was a tight match where but Bo Rangers were able to show their dominance. And we see the coach of Chwansin was very upset with the performance of him boys, but it's football. There are times the way you can plan and waiting the other teams have plan is different. You're not capable working your way. But football, so then you therefore go back into the drawing room and therefore fix some of the technicalities from the midfield to the attack. And the key part of it is the return of the goat of Sierra Leone for now, King Musa.
So now don't put Mohamed Kalo that Musa na the goat
No,
now.
and Musa and the goat.
They say for now, for now.
For now, the Pine SSF. And I made for understand yesterday
Yeah.
getting in welcome in
goat
goal.
when they play on a snow.
Yeah. You go get cold, I mean. With the fed cold, Magdalene, I make.
No
Yeah,
fresh
so
school, no fresh school.
yeah, there you are. And you know, see another medication, the another country they so na I make. But it's a welcoming one for see the return of Musa and for make able getting welcoming goal into the league. This is a very good sign. Say there are hopes for the national team for make we get a positive result in Morocco when we dey play against Sao Tome. So that was a good one. And for we FC Cologne, we see we get an outstanding result from that of Loa FC. And you all know Loa FC now, one of the team where they cause trouble at the league. And for make we go in and get a result, we make it we bring we up to the third position into the table for now. It's a good thing for us, and let's see how far the league will take we.
All right. We also see Easter Lions bounce back from them predicament. We know say they be get defeats and then they under then they under the leadership of Coach Hunter now. But like I'm to Dopeii, what do you think about the rebounds of Easter Lions despite the inconsistent and he win this week, next week they lost. So but winning against Real Republicans when are one of the teams that way promotes to the league, but they also not a team for beat because they're very difficult for beat.
Yeah, right. Look, at the end of the day, I think for Easter Lions, the inconsistency was a problem for the player there and for the coaching staff and also for the supporters there. I think the management behind the scene they look at and say, okay, where something will go wrong, the first person they always blame now the coach, the coach, the coach, the coach, and now they don't relieve them coach. So the fact that now we're wrong a new coach will don't come inside, and maybe the freshness and the energy will don't count. That makes the boys a little more energized and the one play, which brings a win. Because in the dressing room, anybody in life, if you get something new, you therefore be very happy for say, this thing new, I want to check them out. So the fact that this new coach you don't kind inside, now they don't breathe new
Yeah,
blood into the player there. Maybe they want to play for
Mhm.
this coach. Maybe the other player they don't want to play for the old coach. So you can never tell. You know.
yeah, but
But
Hunter was part of Zappa in technical team as one of the
yeah, but not to have
assistants.
the main manager. Not to have the
Uh,
manager. He was part of the technical team, but not to have the manager, not to have the caretaker, not to him be getting responsibility for pick the starting 11, not to him be getting responsibility for run the training, he not be get a main responsibility. The own job now it was part of the technical team, so he was overseeing, but he wasn't the main guy to do everything. But the fact that now they don't get the leading position, now in they run everything, maybe the player they don't look as they say, okay, now fresh face. Even though he be did it, but in your mind, now fresh face, now new challenge, a new coach, maybe your own structure, that's training different, your own drill way they're going to play them different. and your formation we get for play is different. So all that thing and they get for play, a big mind in the footballer's mind say, we don't get new coaches on a new system. Even if Mourinho where them be fire a assistant coach in the same, but Mourinho your way of playing is different to the assistant coaching. So I think that will help we at least go in a little bit of a win streak, win one, win two, win three, and then from there we'll probably go forward. But I think the inconsistency in the team is probably going to stop from now because that 1-0 will, even though not 1-0, but it was still a win. The next game we'll see how we go. You take a game and game. How are you? We can't top three.
And I top three now the first four, not to win again.
Yeah.
Right now, there's no more that they really will come for us.
Yeah. So, Emmanuel, looking at how the table they now just 4 points clear of Blackpool. But Blackpool get game they go play that must start today at Konneh. Now Konneh.
Yeah.
So, you think say the pressure they on Bo Rangers or Bo Rangers they play with that kind of a confidence that we just go and continue for win. They know they think about what's in the behind them.
Yeah. I think then the player and they watch them shoulders because at this stage of the league, you know they only play like feeling comfortable or being complacent because they know that every slip where they make none at that position they mighty Blackpool will topple them. So Bo Rangers, if you listen to one of the interview where Saidu Badu, they encourage them supporters and that and they take every game very serious. It's football that has a probability of three to win, draw or loss. But then focus now for win every single match. The worst they can do is to get a draw. So at this point in time in the league, you get for look at the post way they being you. Even the one when they do on the race, Mike, I know people will tell you that most of the people when they make one of the best times in athletics, it depends on the one way they run with her. Usain Bolt was able to make one of the best timing because there were people the like of Tyson Gay, Osao Powell, and
Johan
even
Blake,
this Usain Joan Blake, yeah, that were there to
Captain.
push him. Yeah, so
Yeah.
because he knew the competition that he was having that was very keen and tight for him, causes him to over pushed himself. That at the end of the day, was able to break and make good records. So likewise again to Bo Rangers, they know the caliber of team where they be in the likes of Mighty Blackpool, Easter Lions, and FC Cologne. They know these are title contenders that people away know how to play the leagues. So they are into it with seriousness that every slip they make right now, it's gonna cost them. So Bell Rangers are going to make sure that the next few games should be a win-win. In worst case, it should be a draw. If not, they're in a critical position.
All right. That's yes. In fact, the FC One game been look like one way for be stop them, but then go all
Yeah.
out for win that particular match. Then FC One move the game to McKinney. But something happened yesterday. We bring up a lot of argument on social media. Whereas some school of thought, some journalists being get for accused, be get for alleging like I top say the Secretary General for the FA when Chris Kamara be attack and officiator. That means somebody really part of the referee team. And we see somebody with blood on social media. Then from the Chris Kamara side of the other journalists and come to another write up say no, Chris wasn't even there. It was something like that. Talk about the allegation not correct and also Emmanuel, what do you think about the situation? What are you happy with we officiating team and fans them and also team officials them?
And first and foremost, one thing where people need to understand is this, and there are structures and planning towards every single game. And Chris Kamara being the Secretary General, he has a limitation to every single match. Because when the match day starts, straight away, the manning and the security of that match not belongs again to the hands of the Secretary General. Your only responsibility now for wait for the report where they come towards the association and act upon.
Yeah, well, is part of the FC one scene or so they went there for watch the game. You know, go there as an FA capacity.
Yeah. So that's what we are saying. We are looking at it again. Because say Chris has been working with Johansson for a while. He was also their pen pusher there, I think up to today. So as one of the officials of FC Johansen, he's not part of the technical team. If you were that bench, that technical bench, Magdalene, there are restricted numbers of people that should be there. I being the secretary of a particular club does not give me the warranty to be on the bench. If you observe always in Kintaisio, the head coach, the assistant head coach, and the medical, the physio or the sport doctors, Kennedy, then all the rest, then the other officials, club sector and like should stay off the playing area. So all other correspondence relating to the match is before the match as you are secretary and after the match. Sometimes during the match they will request for some one or two details you forward it, but you have nothing to come down into the pitch and play and do. So the incident with time where you get with any official shall be a need for the Premier League board for coming and investigate whether it was him or not. Because it will be a sad story if it was directly him. Because if will be an example by virtue as he's the secretary of the Footballing Association, if he's been found wanting, it will show a bad signal towards the league, and it will affect the status of the Sierra Leone Premier League board. Because this is what normally we normally say, Magdalene, that for they in the form of a tripartite leadership, it's very bad. Most people that are coming into the FA, it would be decent and fair enough if most of them try for relinquish them positions then from the various clubs being represented in Sierra Leone. Because we know we're thinking they behind the scene of some of the matches the way they play and how some favoritism can flow when it comes towards selecting players for the national teams. Because if you're in a secretary for Johansson, there must be some selective biasness that you know go select national team, you know include my own team players there. You must show some form of interest, and whereby maybe there are one or two clubs that are having better players performing in the league than your own team, but because you are there, you want your team to have a representation into the national team. We can make sure sometimes we get a miss or a loss in that position there. So for me, I think along the line it would be nice for the FO for start for consider that if you want for a poll or take any position within the FA, you get for resign from the club functions. Because at the end of the day, if not, there will be compromise in terms of your position. Just like me now, Magdalene. If you take me and I forgot to take positions into answer and the New South Wales African Nations Cup, I just get for compromise my interest because of my club what I do with. So for me, able to function in a true and virtuous way, I need for relieve myself from this position. If not, I'm going to end up for compromise in terms of decision making, and which will be very unfair for outsiders than there.
All right. Dopeii, make I come to you as Emmanuel don't highlight some of the things the way he thinks are wrong in terms of the football management system na salon. But this is a situation where one party they say na so happen, another party they say no, not so happen. And the Secretary General then one WhatsApp group they don't deny the allegation, say even it's the referee. What thing he do now that the guy come for talk to her and the guy in question we would them say according to their own explanation, and not be even the part of the officiating team. So if they explain and they talk to Chris, blah blah blah. But what do you think about the system of how fans then they approach football match in terms of attacking referees and even though they get the opportunity for letting team them protest decision against referees, civilized way rather than reaching out for attack somebody personally or physically.
Yeah, like it's not safe. If me and a referee personally, I'm not going to ref any Sierra Leone Premier League match because we have to understand referee then get family. Yes, it's their job. They do their job. But at the end of the day, they might get for good to their loved ones. The mama, papa, Pekin, they got people that they wait for in our house. So we need to understand that part. Say them back get emotions. Then a human
Yeah.
being. Just
Yeah.
something that they go make a call where it go make you me. I don't Emmanuel law witness that. Where referee they make call. I'm very passionate while I play football. I get very
Yeah.
angry, very emotional. It's because of the love of the game. You understand? But I not gonna ever get to a point where I go put my hand on a referee because that one is overboard. Because you need to understand, say these people them back in motor man, regardless of the decision making, where they get. Yes, enough fear because they get the power for change and unchange a football match. But that is not enough for 90 minutes. What thing if happen after that 90 minutes? Nothing. In that 90 minutes, you as a footballer, whatever you do in that pitch reflects on that referee. They get to make the decision. You understand? So after that 90 minutes, you are your own person. Whatever you do after that, that is just based on idiotic or stupidity or because you want to. If you're angry, everybody gets angry. Me, I can vex. I'm gonna make an like for play ball because I know say the passion I get for play ball is more than any other sport. So most of the time I like for just to watch Andre myself because I know say I get angry. But I'm not gonna get angry to a point where it go reflect, say I go put my hand on somebody because that makes them unsafe. I don't want to put a referee or anybody in a position where they go feel unsafe. They're doing their job. Yes,
Oh,
sometimes the call the way they can make unfair, you know, especially with that game. Now La Liga, they don't clearly give the goal. They have really say not to goal. Goal line technology.
Mhm.
The thing where for improve
Mhm.
the game, don't give you say na goal, but you still overturn her. So they have the decision to do that, but they need to be safe. And for the fans, that's what I was saying last time. We need to create a system where fans can go and support and be happy for their team, but they shouldn't be interfering with the match. They should not be getting involved because if you're a fan, you want to get involved, go and join the committee, become a committee of Eastern Lions, so you can have something to say
yeah.
instead of
All
you
right.
paying your money every week and going to watch
Yeah,
Hmm.
it.
that like a membership status and all. All right.
Hmm.
Emmanuel, come now
Yeah,
to
you have a
the
voice.
the matches them today. Cambo Eagles go get for play host to Bible Warriors in Kenneh and Diamond Stars they play Mighty Blackpool. What thing I take about them fixture then they?
Yeah, and I think first and foremost, Diamond Stars and Mighty Blackpool for me get for being the tick of the day, and it's very good way the likes of Petros are down there for sure with that game the live. For me, I think we get for see quality football Magdalene. And then boys there, we go get 3 points na Konneh sef not okay, not so easy thing no. You know, the Konneh boys and Sabi play rather than Konneh money and feel the way they get.
Exactly.
Tangai Sianda, the diamond spirit can depend on Dopeii and Konneh at that place stay. So you really need for go very well prepared for take 3 points. But all said done and mighty Blackpool, if you listen to the captain, is it William Gandhi? It like them very, very composed this year. And then they take each game with a separate approach. And they expect each opponent within the play and they expect the 90 minutes. So whatsoever it is that they're going out there for, therefore be a win. Because a win for them don't reduce the match between them and and Ball Rangers to 2 points. So with 2 points, another slip of Ball Rangers means that bam, they are on top of the league. So I definitely they look at that game as a tight cracker, whereby Diamond Star no go sit back and allow that point goes like that, and Mighty Blackpool have not go sit back and allow them not for close that match with the way they don't get right now against Bull Rangers. So for me, it's a must watch match, and I'm sure the worst case scenario, a draw will come up, but it will be a very tight win for mighty Blackpool. And we see also the Port Authority against Lambo and Magdalene. We
Yeah.
see it in the winning Kojon say 5-5. So let we see if you go able to make an 6-6. And I mean Bangwana a house own name we get expect for. And we hope say this continuous winning from where it is so now, it could take her up into Lamboy again. And who knows, it's a must win for him. And if you win, that would be another big blow and celebration for the Port Authority, the Seaside Boys.
All right. Then I come to you, Dopeii. Kenneh Cambo Eagles they play by Boy Warriors inside the Kenneh mini stadium na Kenneh. So waiting I take on that fixtures and also you take on the Diamond Stars versus Mighty Blackpool, Lambo FC versus Sport Authority.
Yeah, to just tip on what Emmanuel is saying, Mighty Blackpool, they've been on a phenomenal run. They've only lost one game. They've drawn 4 games. So the fact say they're not far behind Ball Rangers. So for me, they just need to continue winning, which is hard. It's easy said than done. So I think say even though they're going to Diamond Stars and Diamond Stars has for playing a Konneh. So me I like it's either gonna be a draw or a win. They cannot lose this game because they're very close for to be top of the table. If
Mhm.
Rangers draw one game, they win the next game, they're basically top of the league. So for me, I think they'll probably edge that one out. Um, my best coach in the league. I already know any coach my team, but I'm the best coach in the league. Mr. What's my name? Kaim. I
Lamin
forget his name.
Bangura.
I can forget
Lamin
the guy
Bangwa.
name.
You
Yeah,
value na true like
man. I'm the
Yeah.
family
best coach.
business.
Lamin Bangwa of Port
That's all they get
Authority.
strong. My family they make everything strong. The best coach in the
Yes.
league, even though he didn't coach my team and he beat my team last week, but it's okay. Now pass on life. He beat me last week. He's still the Lions. I don't know what to in on do, but he's also turned it around for Port Authority. Like they've been winning, which is good. I think maybe you don't count some new tactics or maybe you don't inject new fun things that into a player the way that now they were so happy for the fact that they go out there last week or the week before and dominate a team like Eastern Lions. It's hard to do in the Premier League. They're one of the top teams that they talk about in Salone. So I think they're just gonna continue on that win streak. And Lambo Eagles, they're in that bottom 4 of the league. So me, I believe say me coach they do I'm back. We'll go number 6. We'll go
Okay.
number 6.
uh, Lambo FC. Now one of the team that always struggle anyway. One of the newcomers,
Yeah.
But them
but
team
still
that
they
they struggle, that
struggle.
they hard for beat. You understand?
Mhm.
Look Southampton will go beat me.
But when back they struggle. So
Yeah, well,
the level where Chelsea they from top 4 to 10.
yeah, but who name, who
That's
name, who name? You don't say the name nine big.
I know, right? All right.
Mhm.
This is not the Max Tribune Salon Sports Show. Keep sharing the live and keep commenting. Hashtag Max Sport for the giveaway. We go do the first one very soon. But as we dey keep on inside the show, like I tell you earlier on, we they open the phone line. You can call we via WhatsApp and tell me what I take about John Kista in list for the home base players. Then you take about the return of Musa Tumbo at the national side for training and also the Salon Premier League. What do you think so far with the matches that we don't play? Like how the games and done they go. With that said, Emmanuel, make I come to you quickly. Another thing where we dey look at, like you mentioned earlier, now the fact that this season we not see one team don't play 5 match, another team just play 2 where we be they get in the past because of even though the Siaka Steven Stadium been there because now they all the free turn team they be they use it be they difficult.
Mhm.
So you go see like for example, Port Authority don't play 3 games, Blackpool don't play 1, or FC Calor don't play 5. You know been get that kind so battle even the league table. So some confusion and all be there. But this season there is a huge improvement in that area. Even though the venues where they play not improve, they are not good for Premier League matches, but taking the matches back to the community and also giving more match venues them give the team then the chance for let them play equal matches every weekend. What do you think about that?
And Magdalene, and I remember initially when you raised up that point, and that was a very good and welcoming idea from the FA. But as you barely on mentioned, we've been discussed concerning the quality of the pitch, the way we get na Sierra Leone, and how we could get the community well involved into the Premier League. And indeed, one way we were able to give we leave the momentum that it deserves is when we take this team back to the community. We see the inter area go far where we walk in one go na parade field. They get momentum because we've been take the football back to the community. And by then when the football may go back to the community, every community they rally after the team where they represent them. I remember when Kuto go the play, parade field, circular road they get traffic. You see Wilberforce they come, traffic go dey. Kube not to came for talk, Abacha Street, what's a Susan's Bay, you will see Belgium sellers, Swazi dwellers, then when then you dey see the different flavor. So it was good when the Premier League board decides that, you know what, since we dey resume the Sierra Leone Premier League, make we get the community involved. And we see how effective it has been. The way supporters are very passionate about their teams and how the league to go, because they're able to reach out and see some of the teams they win in the play, and they get like an easy access to them, so which is
All right.
very good. And as we
Emmanuel,
just say, yeah,
ma holiday, I still don't get a call online. Hello, your name
all
and
right.
where the call from?
I'm in Musa Van. I come from Freetown.
Yeah, Musa, what's in your contribution at the show?
Yeah, I want to know like how many foreign based player John Kingston invite. Like, okay, and like the Baba the stadium, the confirmation, like it confirm or not. Like let me say, cause like they be do the test. I don't know if they all confirm for me to play with qualification at home. Okay, okay, man. Thank you so much.
I know they will.
Mike.
Yeah, all right. Thanks to Vandy for your call. Yourself get the opportunity for call on the number where you see on the screen and be part of the show. Have you say you can ask question about John Kista, a squad with the team where they assemble for train the home base, and for confirm to Vandy. Nope, we know the we Kista no release in listed for foreign base players are just the home base players them, and they go get for train. We all know what think happen at the end of the maybe now 4 or 5 go get for survive from that squad. But anyways, it's good that you don't call them to training because countries like Liberia, Guinea, they don't start already. So we said they continue. But Emmanuel, you be there on your legs.
Yeah, and like as earlier as I've been doing and before the call came in, it's a good thing that we're able to take back the leagues into the various community, and we see the results presently we're able to get, because it gets everybody involved, because people able to access them teams, and we see like a community event whereby we all want for showcase say yes. And this league they come today for can play within God reach here, we the God reach people for come out and support with him in whatsoever way. If they take the league go Balungi, see the Lungi community go come out and support. Neither take on to Kenny Kenny puts local. So this is the flavor we want for see, which is very good. And they like to now you see, even though we never get the matches being played at the national stadium, but yes, still the league not stop, it continue. And it's a very welcoming thing, Magdalene, that these are exposed, but can also create an easy support in terms of project writing success. Because some of them clips they are so they don't put so together through Max Tribune Sport. The association can use and go through the development funding of FIFA, and they can ask FIFA for them community support here for them various field they are. So just like I don't do for Moriton and they don't do for SS Cam. Then they can get some of them sponsors there so we can come in and do some of them pitch there. Then secondly, you can get private investors there, private company in the overseas way. You can throw in them fill into there. They can come there, invest, and then put them fill there so on rental basis till then pull them money commodity. Whereby if any club want for user like they can sublet to them clubs and they till they're able to generate them fund. And by so doing, you're able to help the community for grow and put way into better football infrastructure in the country. So for me, I think it's a welcoming news and it's able to help, even though you know the quality, we would expect from the pitches are not there, but at least the league is not in a standstill position, it's flowing, and that we appreciate.
Yeah. So, Dopeii, any take on that with regards the matches going back to the community and how the clubs them for use it as the advantage for get supporters one and two get maybe project writing. We know we cancel them na salon very they're not there to that like if it's in Australia yeah you go right to the council and can help you
You
out
get
with
to the council, yeah, yeah. You get to the
but
council, and
that's
then you get like a grant, or you get like some sort of project that you can do with the community or your team.
Mhm.
Yeah, look, it's a good incentive, like Emmanuel just said. It's bringing out the people of the community. It's making them more excited. You know that it's bringing new life into the communities. For example, I guess once for do on Sunday, I want to go watch my team play, and they're only like 5 minutes down the road. I don't need for travel all the way for Gona Stadium, the traffic, all
Mhm.
lengthening, and it's making everybody invested. Even if you're not study football, you want to go learn or you want to go watch because you know they're far from you, and it's involving the community. The only difference is now where, where the stadium get for comeback, it's gonna create an issue now because everybody go and play the game. So this are the opportunity, like I managed to say,
Yeah.
get the community involved, the council or the association for start creating little fields like they already don't do. If they do it now without the stadium, they can do it with the stadium.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
they do it because they don't accessible. Once they don't become
Mhm.
accessible, what are we gonna do then? Are we gonna cram all the games back into there?
we're coming back. We're coming back. All right.
Yeah, and sorry, Magdalene, quick one. Then
Mhm,
that can fine. You see, it's a national stadium, just like how we have Wembley. You
mhm,
know, they can only use the national stadium for play major matches,
mhm.
And that's
just like
it.
how Wembley and they do it
Yeah,
for playing the finals or major matches. Then there, you see, so the national
yeah,
stadium go only there like for major matches, and we still use the community feel. So the flavor and intensity go always there for we league.
All
exactly.
right.
You see.
Okay. Keep following and watching. We get a lot of information in the show. We know they do the draw it because I think we get 22, 23. We can take them up to 30 and more, then we can do the draw. But now can out to another topic. The phone line is still open for you question we go have for ask. The topic where they come to now the list of players where the FA release on behalf of the coach where they don't call for training. Emmanuel, we see I see I come back to myself. Is somebody listening at the background? All right. We see John Kistado releasing list and players, for training, and that's not from the home base players. Them. What do you think about the list and how compact that list? They although so one or two people raise concerns. Say this player they not call, that player they not call. But from your own perspective, what do you think about the list?
Magdalene, one thing about this 40-man squad that John Kister don't nominate or don't call for now, it's not the final team where they represent Sierra Leone for the double encounter against Sao Tome. It's a build-up. This is how we can call a build-up. So within this 40 man, it can do two sessions with them and drop and replace. And from what you learn is that these are people who don't do at least extremely well in the various positions the way they play within the Sierra Leone Premier League. So I'm not his assistant coach, but for us, like we have barometers, we have like an instrument that we use to calculate the work rate of some of these players before we send them an invitation. Like some coaches go tell you, say, before I send you like an invitation from the international level, at least out of maybe 30 or 40 matches, if you're able to play at least five or four. And within them five or four, then they maybe when them put all your time together, if for be exactly maybe 90 minutes or 120 minutes. Then some coaches then will say, okay, I can able invite this particular player for come playing at the national team. Whilst some go tell you, say, no, I need the player we at least for able get a 15-minute match in 6 games out of 10. So it depends on the condition of the coaches. So waiting Kister the try for do he has I'm sure he has his instrumental that he's put in place because they don't go through the community. They don't view most of them games they has where they play, and they don't watch some of them players that have been listed. You know their work rates and their abilities on and off the ball. So now that you don't look at, so you know what, make a bring them come together. Last see what Thiago will get out of them as a team, as a unit. So this is what is working on, and at the end of the day, we will be able to get a solidified representation for a national team. Because remember, the professionals they get for camp for hard onto the home base, and sincerely, the home base are the backbone of every national team. Because either you start with and you mix them with the professional idea one day when they come, and that can give a very good national team. So it's for me, it's a good step, and let's keep it going.
All right. Let me just look through the list before I come to you, Dopeii. For the list so far, we get Donald Kamara, where they play for East Lions now, goalkeeper. Ibrahim Cisse, Bo Rangers, goalkeeper. Saidu Fatmata Kamara, Blackpool goalkeeper. Eunice Osisefsi Johansson, goalkeeper. You also get Abubakar Samura, Bo Rangers defender. You get Abdullahi Jumaba, Slifa defender. Rashid A. Kamara, Diamond Stars defender. Issa Kabo, Eastern Tigers defender. You get Mohamed BCC by Bure Warriors, Mohamed Soikanu by Bure Warriors, Santigi Koroma, Blackpool, Edward Fona, Lua FC, Mohamed Sissoko, Central Parade. These are all defenders. You get Lamin Conte, FC One Sin defender, Prince Barry, East Lions forward, Santigi Sisse, Blackpool defender, Abdul Razak Conte, East Lions defender, Joseph Cleveland, Port Authority midfielder, Mohamed Kaba, Bo Rangers. You get Delvin Davis, Cambo Eagles, Ibrahim Toure, Bo Rangers, Jubila Kamara, Edwards, Philippe Conte, FC Calon, Edward Chula, FC Freetown City FC, Abubakar Sharif Lua FC, Mohamed Mares Kamara, Easter Lions, Ibrahim Sori, Real Republicans. These are all midfielders, and the list goes on. You get Sheku Kalon, Central Parade, Abu Kome, Bo Rangers, Musa Noah Kamara, make a return, Bo Rangers, Ali Conte, FC Kalon. These are forwards, and you get Daniel Karim, FC Kalon, Saidu Mansare, Bo Rangers defender, Yusuf Sisse, Cambo Eagles, Saidu Ba Kamara, Bo Rangers midfielder, Abu Dumbuya Slifa, that's na that player always alone people don't like for in the list, but Kista like this. They play well. Mohamed Kamara, Edwards, defender, and Bali Kamara FC once in midfield and the captain as well. But Abu Dumbia, a lot of people can get issue with her, but now one of the midfielder the way Kista don't put attention and they do well. They don't win a couple of player of the match, man of the match in this ongoing league. And I think, say, Emmanuel, what do you think about some of the players that with their name come inside the list, like Cleveland, the Port Authority man, where they on fire for Port, assist and scoring goals. You get the return of Musa Tomo. We'll go discuss that later, but like the names of players that where they are the list, which you take. The goalkeepers them as well.
Yeah. And Magdalene, and practical as I've been alliance here, and I don't know the detail or the data system we Coach Kista they use, but if you look at this team where it presents, most of them these names are great performers into the present league where they go on. Most of them they do extremely well, and if you watch at their performance average, it can be above 75 or close to 80% every single match we end the play. And if you take a look at the goalkeeper, mighty Blackpool goalkeeper Fatmata, not to a surprise. This is now household name. He'd always been among the national team. You see, so the likes of Saiduba as a midfielder from Bow Rangers is now always a call up. So not a surprising thing. But the most welcoming one are the new names and where we they get into the league. Trust me, and when I take a look at the league, it shows some cohesiveness and inclusiveness whereby at least every team gets a representation into the call up of the home base. That's what they try for do. Although few no go did it, but at least he able to use 90% of the teams and do a call up. Not to like try the whereby we better see only like the top four where enemy they do selection and drop the other one there. But this time around we get an inclusive list whereby everybody will come and get a taste of the national team training. Even if you are not being included into the final squad, but having a taste of the national team training is a win.
Yeah.
I would tell anybody that. It just tell if even table tennis. It's a privilege for me to call you for just training with the national team. Even if you are not included into the team, or just training with that team, they give you a special flavor and mentality, a mindset that yes, this is the start. If I'm not being to take this thing serious, I need for take on serious that very soon I'll be where I am heading towards. So for me, I think the list is in place, and Louis, I can always tell people that when Louis start and support the process, and when we fail, then we can be able to criticize and suggest corrective measures.
All right, Emmanuel. Yes, that's now one of the things that we professionally they think, but in Sierra Leone, where they call it for training a pow pow. I see a lot of people they send the hashtag, but they add S at the end, so then name they come to the draw. So it's Mag Sports, not Mag Sports. There is no S at the end today. I remove the S. All right, Dopeii, you check about the 40-man squad. Uh,
Magdalene, this one, it's you're so strict about it. I like that. You really show saying anyone should go.
Yeah.
Today on the match.
No, it was the match today.
Okay.
With appeal. Now we April.
Mistaken for Edwards.
Yeah, my small brother na go Edwards. I make a like Edwards. You know, some my neighbor there, na my brother there.
No, neighbor there.
Yes.
Talk about school as high school. No, condo.
I don't know that.
You know, sabi condo.
That way, you get accent. You don't get.
Exactly. Mate.
Don't take the accent. But we enjoy it. Big at school.
No, Magdalene, we get the accents, who get the accidents then. I mean, they jam them will meet up there.
I don't
know.
Are you insured? Are you insured? Or sure that the bank post is on the first question they actually kind of. Are you insured?
Are you insured? Can we share your driver license details?
Yeah. Now, Salo, you go very now about your state.
Ah.
All right, Dopeii. So, what did I think about the 40-man squad?
No, it's good. It's good. I feel like John Kister's probably listening. They listen to the people then this time. The only team no more may not just pull. They don't can go 40 home base. May not make sure that Prisbari no more survive. Even Prisbari last time send and can out. may use the homegrown talent there. May use them because let them back get that experience for play that international level. You understand? I know say we'll get some brilliant footballer there where they play overseas. That's not a lie. Or the homeboys player they also then get what it takes to break into that Sierra Leone top 11. Besides Musa, other player they get a chance for playing at that top 11 for Leone Star. So this time, although you don't care go 40, I don't say from that 40 you get for cut maybe 15, 20, depending on your own style or who I want to go. May just take them, and when you take them, may use them. Because there's no point bringing all these players, making them work hard, and you're not going to use them. This is not the time for low test.
Like it happens in the AFCON, taking all set
players
and
we can go all the players even the Bobo they will pull from England. The main star that Suleiman Bobo, brilliant striker. We didn't use him.
Issa
Kalon, second half now they put the guy again 15 minutes. Why? He get power, he get pace, he's skillful, he can dribble the ball now that wing, he run with the ball, he create option. Perfect player for Musa now the middle. Because Musa, the team of Musa, if he not the winger, he not ask for fan because he makes the right runs inside the box. Musa is a striker. And striker, they all need for do now for getting the ball and you know what he for do. So this time, and this is not the perfect time, you get that time there for no disrespect to other areas. I really Soweto, Suriname, whatever the country is, no disrespect to them. But
Sao
I feel
Tome.
like Sao Tome, Salone, we get the caliber for me there.
Now customer them, but 2-3 years ago now customer them, but what you will say.
But now
no go underrate them because
but
they don't talk beat they don't talk beat now this. I think Nigeria or Guinea-Bissau beat them not to 6 or 5. But anyways, it is what it is. So
more not disrespect them, but more use them to game than they against there for creates because we will not get system. We football the national team, we not get system, we not get formation. We'll create something and they for the harder team ahead. Because for maybe Nigeria get for fall to we, Ivory Coast get for camp, Ghana get for camp, all them good team in our West Africa they get for camp. So we need to create a system, create a formation for them hard team there. So Kista is all right.
We will can't talk about Musa inclusion. A lot of people happy, other people question that.
Only see them on play that snow.
Dopeii. So on a play back on a palak.
Yeah, palak. We like salon bad.
Yes.
As we post so your kids started announcing team for the home base training. Now one person comment, he say goat. Musa goat. I look the comment, I laugh. They don't put Messi and Ronaldo. Finally, the goat soccer for Donald Salo, but the goat they play now. All right, we do the first draw. We get 26 people. They do the first draw, and then after that we go come and
tell us when pull S. They all don't pull S.
Sabi Maggie. Now you want she go. Dopeii, if you understand what I say, we know.
Oh, Emmanuel. Don't pull the S, you know, go survive. You get for pull the S.
Survive.
You go the dreams and you can't win. I used to be. All right. I used to be Newcastle they win.
He said Dim say Newcastle win today. He don't do it. I want Dim say win money back.
Now dream inside dream.
All right, let's go for the draw. We get 26 people. Off we go. Last week now, Uman they win 2 Uman. So today maybe we can get.
I tell you, Valentine and our 2 baby can collect.
Really,
Wow. Kamara Mapinti Amit.
You know, congratulations. This winner now the second time they win now this system. They win what's Kamara Mapinti.
Now in first name, in last name 9 days before, in first name they behind. I don't understand.
No, like we to go sit exam.
MPSC.
Then examination name than they. Yeah, so they put your surname before, then your middle name and your last name.
Your last name.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So we also be that system thing. Because now when I go give you documents, we be giving names.
Yes.
Middle name, last name.
Who they send them backwards.
Yeah.
No mate. That's Sam Usabi, no mate. That's Sam Usabi.
Yeah. Sam.
Afar.
So I don't know. Afar.
Chairman or Dopeii. Oh my! So when you get for go salon from tell them my first way they go visit the chairman. Ibobode o.
Ibobode.
When the last one will be 8 before I come to salon travel. Emmanuel Dabra.
Oh Dabra.
And because I put us on the apprentice. Dabra
a change.
Oh man, I'll be that one day. I don't know if they're gonna get one day, but not cool. So Afar chairman.
Yeah.
Sam, you know.
Sam.
So you got for no. Would carry go salary, they go on. If you don't go there, this the go they can go down Bololo. It's a bit Bololo.
Ooh.
Lokoti.
They
can go down Kube. They can go Kube.
And if
for the waka to no more this Australia. Will you send it for
Australia?
All right, congratulations, Mapinti, and we will contact you. We will contact you. We're not gonna answer in the system. The StreamYard people and the organizing system, maybe the possibility the Kuman. Because why
I say before change the system because the woman is too much.
And I've been telling Alfredo, say from when you begin sponsor, now so woman they win, you need for confess something.
You tell her yesterday?
You know, I tell her yesterday, they just laugh normal, saying, this laugh here so. Anyway, they left so.
Alright. Now I make you pull in Europa League, Barcelona. Okay.
It depends them all.
So Musa Tombo now, what you think? Are they able to talk with our Letica? What do you think about the inclusion of squad and how positive or negative?
I know.
Best player and not even that Sierra Leone football after they did work banana for me. No, like just look at this. The facts right now we talk about her is entertaining. Just that alone, because the kid is just talented. You get everything for being one of the best footballers there, the world.
Okay, now the cause when Musa they go make video, they say, "Wait, see me so, me na small, but me na young talent with the."
Look, South Sudan, not 18-year-old guy made them qualify. First when they call Papa. What's it when they call Papa? No, on a more serious note, I'm happy he's back. I'm so happy he's back because Sierra Leone football need Musa, and Musa needs Sierra Leone football. Now, vice versa, because if Musa can just, fix in character and behavior, and focus on the things that he loves to do, which now for play football, Musa can do great things for the national team and for his club, Bo Rangers. But for me, I know he can do great things for the national team. So I'm happy that he's back, and you can tell that the coach, the national coach, already knows what Musa is made of. He only played one game, he put her inside the top 40. That is show say Musa and I play away into us. Even though, yes, in the past they don't butt heads, they've had issues, I think say now bygones being bygones. Kista ready for Wakuta. For let B, let B we main man, we number 9. Because Salone will not get number 9, but in can be number 9. I need a
Yeah, you
score.
got Ali Conte as well. In Zozi. Emmanuel
Huh?
and player. Ali
Yes,
Conte.
Ali Conte of FC Cologne.
Yes, FC Salone.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah, but like, if you get on 2 guys and then at the team, even the people that they oversee, we not get Boku number 9 for the Conte. Musa, Ali Conte, for me, they deserve to be in that top 25. At the end of the day, when the coach they pick in 25 team, for me, they deserve to be in it. But I'm happy the
All right.
goats don't come. But don't listen no more. Mono Krangona, any country, gunshots and cool out of bounds. Australia only for Sydney FC only for signer. Or Wanderers.
good.
If you can't
Emmanuel never talk who beat them. He never talk. Who beat them?
I go talk. I
We
go
lost, so
talk.
I
That's
keep
how
quiet.
I've been done holiday, and I cannot be able to talk.
Member
go
City,
talk.
Member City beat 3-2 yesterday. The Emmanuel they beat Afghan 4-0. Afghan not talking well.
4-0.
Afghan
Yeah.
feel pain. Barcelona come out.
Makato.
Makato was trash by
Yeah.
Western City Wanderers. Hey, that was
So
bad.
Musa
Okay,
can play Australia League.
yeah, let's
Musa
come. I go start.
League. We
Yeah,
for do partition. For look out Musa and Australia League play the league. We do partition. We for talk
that
to
would be
the,
nice.
this
Yeah,
Emmanuel.
yeah, Emmanuel, you can take up now from your own point of
Emmanuel go
view.
lead the partition.
And and this young gentleman, Musa Noah Kamara, that was born on the 6th of August 1992. Interesting thing about this guy, Magdalene. Why make me na my own goats na salon? Me and to born the same day, 6th of August, and the same year.
Now,
So one thing, but this guy is a talent, is a potential, and most of the people of August we all know say we na potentials there.
yeah, una
The
na
only
young
thing,
talent there.
I know, but when we can do all, I didn't know we can get issue. Like how Musa done the old soon, I get issue. But on a more serious note, Musa is a very good inclusion into the national team because I see the reason why the Premier League board been should been grant that application where Bo Rangers been used for make Musa go able get some game time back into the league as that go up for building fitness for international call. And sincerely, since Musa was off, presently we not get no attacker that is as clinical as Musa Noah Kamara. The like of Ali Conte is not be as clinical as that of Musa. The next post we been in next year was Kai Kamara, where they now out of the national team. So a lot of things need to be done in terms of building the strength of our attacking force. And
So
if you watch Sierra
you
Leone,
not trust Bakayoko?
no, but Bakaoke Kebu do am, but for make you get a clinical number 9, Magdalene, Salon will never get clinical number 9. All we number 9s that they get are hard fighters. You see, and the moment where you begin to get somebody with clinical, where within any time of that clock you sleep in a score. Trust me, you just see the difference that team. Then also one thing again where Sierra Leone we lack scoring midfielders, Magdalene. All we midfielders that we get are defensive, they're not offensive.
Open-minded.
Yes. The moment we start forget offensive midfielders, then you see the difference. All waiting Sierra Leone to play Magdalene if you watch are flanks and aerials.
Well, you
We
don't think
always
likes
knock the
of
ball to the flank.
The ball carrier.
Kwame, yeah,
Yes.
but it all depends on the coaching system. We all know say Kista very defensive. Even in greatest success na Salone as a coach with Easter Lions where win the league unbeaten, it was very defensive. And at the same systemic out now, Leone Stars. Nothing saying that that's not the problem, but we might get the ball carrier, the Easter Calon, then they can play from the flanks. Kwame Kui. And you get the boy you mentioned just now, Kai. It can come from
Yeah.
that end. Even Bakayoko, ball team they use more from the corner, they drive Kai side. So these players are there, but you're not thinking that because of the coaching approach, we need to see them best. We need to get the best out of them.
Yeah, Magdalene, just as I mentioned earlier on, and the system of Leone Star or whatsoever it is, and it's playing the ball from the defense to the sides. We're not able to play straight. If you watch the way the national team play, it's always from the sides. We're not ever able to play straight. And the moment we national team begin play straight, you just see the difference where we can make. Why we don't always play on the side? Because we don't get the caliber, we don't get ball carriers and from the midfield. So coaches and I need for work on that. That even if we are working on the sides, but let there be some amount of system for playing straight from the midfield. Get some ball carriers. But if you watch all we players them from the midfield, they're all just it's like number 2, 3 or 4, number 6. They're all just destroying, playing back, knock the ball long for the side, and at the end, lob just go both into the hands of the hands of the defender or the hands of the goalkeeper. But the moment we start to get ball carriers and from the midfield, then you see the job that become very easy for Musa and the like of Ali Conte.
Oh.
And Salone team, they become top there because if the flankers entire, the midfielders and entire and the score. The same thing Jose Mourinho been to do. If you watch Jose Mourinho, they play with a defensive system. But within that defensive system, they get ball carriers that within in midfield. The likes of where you get them and Michael Essen and it been get Makalele. Michael Essen was a ball carrier. He didn't move. Later, bring him Balak. These are all ball carriers. Then you go down the 6. So if at the end of the day, you get Frank Lampard. These were all ball carriers. But at the end of the day, they can't sit again and play defensive goal and offensive goal.
So
then he can play in flanks. You see.
But Salo also will not get a good sitter because since Meadow Partizan don't, well, we will say as in career don't come to an end because of age and all.
Yeah.
We not get that kind of sitter. You know, we expect John Kamara, but I don't know what you think about that.
But for me, from the performance of John from the concluded African Nations Cup, I think that'd be a better replacement for Meadow. And it just need for do some more hard work and personal trainings. Then if I'm seeing game from a step up. Then also it depends on sometimes the level of the leagues where we play. Magdalene, when the bar is high there, trust me, the performance is always excellent.
Exactly.
Yes. So we really need to take into consideration the level of the leagues that we brought us in the play.
Yeah, I
and we
discussed
see
that
the result at the pitch.
I discussed that with Foden and Van Dien at the Australia versus Spain match where the girls them play.
Yeah.
You are Australia, they bang the ball and I tell them say this now because the quality of leagues where they play. You go see Konneh they play for Chelsea, this they play for Arsenal, that they play for Man City, other one they play for this team. But when it comes to the male team, a whole bulk of them they play the A League. So you know they get the same quality, even though they go World Cup and all, not the same. So now the same thing they replicate in Sierra Leone. The quality of the leagues, the whole border, it's not disrespect. At least we are here for analyze. Let us not take a make say we laugh them all. But the fact is, the quality of the leagues then they affect with national team, and it's also difficult for the coach. For let's say a coach they go as slow as Italia Serie D for Piquet's team for a player for a national team. They go as low as Spain. Premier Division, we're not even in at the Segunda level. It's also difficult as far as English National League. We don't pull player in the English National League, not even the League 1, League 2. David
that's why in the fifth tier and the last major Premier
League. National League, you can't play. We pull player we play for Tottenham under 19 or come into national team. Also getting a player from German. What he's saying to area, German, not league, like where they say Northwest, this, that they play.
Yeah.
The Francis take them to Nations Cup. That's really how the coach they train and the quality they tell on their performance. We're not going to talk about the Azerbaijan and the other rest, but it's really below par. And now that makes some man say Kista must go. I can look at them back and now the coach, they don't know what the coach they go through. a very difficult for Pick Salon team because let's say for example we get player at Chelsea, the Chaloba, we get a Fulham, we get a Arsenal, we not even those level, just English Championship we get like 5, French League 2 we get like 3, we get German second, Bundesliga 2 we get like 4 players in there. You go see how quality they improve past idea. That's not the problem we they face.
That's true, Magdalene. And indeed, the moment we brothers indeed begin set the bar high, or begin seeing them to play, the English Premier League, the Bundesliga, the CRA, the La Liga, you know, and even if not Magdalene, the Premier, the first division, or the second division,
Yeah.
you just see the difference. If
The
you
English
even into
Championship.
England, yeah, you can play the championship. But being in some championship teams in the Magdalene, it's nice to make you to get a game time. Because
Yeah.
if you just are among the squad and you know the game time, it affects your performance. Sincerely, because there's a different flavor when you do on training and when you come into matches. Because when you come into matches, I will say there's always 12 players on the pitch because the 11 players plus the fans are there. So that voice, the way they come, it's either it build you or it kill your nerves. So these are special sessions the way it just sound like Dopeii, when you do go on. As you come also, you can see stadium full up. That zero you pull inside your practice room or your dressing room to that tata, it's a different. That
Yeah,
moment when
you're
you go
right.
on that block, it's a different feeling. So you need that execution. You see, I remember today when they talk and you talk about the injuries, you say, well, I'll be saying like you need more runs, like just to keep you to that bar, because I understand I went through it. You go train, 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 train. If you're not there, play competitive matches.
It's
It's just the
different.
money you're playing
Training
for. It's a
and
different
playing is
you
different. Yeah,
yeah, training and
different.
playing competitive matches are different. So we brothers the need not only like for the training, those or the part of the squad list, but let them be able to fight harder and get game time. At least every match, if you get 10 minutes, Magdalene, it means a lot. A 10 minutes run. Competitively, it means a lot. It's a big difference when you come home, you see.
All right. All right. Almami Timbo, they say Bowen just sabi play now will soon feel pass even the home. Then play with FC one C, let's say na training them they do. All right. Okay. That's for Petros. They reply Benteke. All right. He say the player they out. And another message from Vandy Musa say I hope to see our darling Leone Stars to qualify for the upcoming AFCON live in Ivory Coast. Playing our qualification game in the Southern Arena Stadium in Bo City will be an opportunity for our qualifications for the upcoming AFCON. I hope our boys to make use of this great opportunity for our qualifications. Victory is loading match to come. All right, thanks, Musa Vandy. That was a great one. We also they hope for that. And Mujese watching from Frita. Wish our Daniel Stars all the best. Emmanuel always turn up in terms of analyzing Sierra Leone football. Keep it up, bro. From Koidu City, Petros a below for Ile Koidu. Dopeii, I want challenge you for 50 meters run. This
Aye.
boy, this boy from next week. It's either you buy a ticket, film visa for him, or you go meet him in Salon. When I go run this boy. I mean, Allison is not in Sierra Leone. That's why they didn't include him into the 40-man list. All right. Thanks for that clarification, Petros. How many foreign based players did John Kister invite? We've made that clear, not yet. Hopefully by inside
Let
match
me quick.
because we're almost the time to
Fabianski,
match now.
number one. Fabianski.
All right. This one say how many foreign based players did John Kister invite? Yeah, we
No,
know with
Musa,
that
let us talk the
again.
team.
I pray that Darling Leone Stars make it through to the AFCON 2024. But the other thing is that John Kister should be careful when inviting the foreign-based players because some of these players are not having playing time in their various clubs. He should look for informed players that are having good form this season. Please, 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 you should emphasize on this issue. Thank you. We just talk on that. Mohamed Ibrahim, Konneh, exactly within Dopeii and
Emmanuel,
Emmanuel, they
that's great.
say players,
Yeah.
a lot of them, even though the leagues they were and they not that we're not gonna say top rated, but still some of them know they get game time, and that's the effect with national team. It's not a team we for keep quiet about anymore, and people should know because that they affect the coach as well. Because now the material where the coach gets it, they use. May God
Mm.
bless you for loving Edwards, Emmanuel, German Balak get prize for you. Now, give me no problem. Like Dopeii, can you teach our wingers to run off the ball? They lack so much pace. Dopeii, now if you score we want, now if you score for we now
Yeah,
yeah,
Adele.
they one from the wing that will score. So
You
After
let
see,
me
you.
select
Maggie don't allow come out of
maybe.
retirement. Maggie say man not play this year.
I dream Newcastle win today. That's nice how you
Guy
dream
you
that.
dream, man. All right, there again. Maggie the new manager
I,
now.
thank
Imagine
you so
Okay,
much,
also.
guys.
okay,
I
okay.
really enjoyed the fun here. So lucky to win today. Thank you, God. All right, Mabinti, that's good. Maggie from last year Nations Cup, where I dey follow you program up to now, I not win penny yet. All right,
Hey,
Daniel,
brother.
you got bad for me team. You just say let you dream Newcastle.
Yeah, what I mean, we go. He didn't give me cancel the win.
Now, no worry, we'll win one day. Hmm?
One day,
Where,
brother,
where,
one day.
what's in that name? Dimitrios, where the bad luck be the power. He win two weeks
Yeah,
straight.
2 weeks straight.
All
Yeah.
right. We go do the second draw soon, but let we go to Sierra Leone Players Abroad now. While una dey send una hashtag for the draw. That's na hashtag Max Tribune. Look up properly. We already don't get 24 people. We keep on going. All right. Kai Kamara moved to Chicago Fire from CF Montreal. Chicago will therefore pay 250,000 for land the 38-year-old, and they will likely pay an additional 150K in conditional as per performance basis incentives. The contract go run through the 2023 season, we mean say sign for one season. Kamara now the third highest goal scorer inside the MLS with 139 goals, 154 assists in 391 appearances. Well, that's a good one for the 38-year-old. It's not a bad thing. $250,000 for the deal. It's a good one for him. Usman Kake been get full 90 minutes of action inside QPR, then 3-1 home defeat to Blackburn Rovers. Now the championship yesterday, the English championship. But Kake, now in the play right back for QPR, he be get full 90
Yeah.
minutes of action, and that's been good for in game time build up, even though they lost 3-1 against Blackburn Rovers inside their own ground. Steven Coker come from the bench, Wedana Capello, inside the 90th minute. That's a few minutes as he replaced James McLean. Inside Wigan Athletics, then 2-1 away defeat to Preston North End inside the English Championship as well. So Steven Coker also play, but he be get few minutes because at 90th minute, then Brian Green, then just Brian Carfole get some game time, even though they be the loss. Amadou Bakayoko being come inside, we get 46 minutes of action inside Forest Green. Rovers the 1-1 draw with Lincoln City, now the English League One. Well, Bakayoko don't get a drought as from where he joined Forest Green, unable for put any ball at the back of the net 8 since January. Hopefully, he gets more game time for let he go building confidence as now other player where the coach will get for need for Leone Stars and he needing confidence in front of goal. Sule Kaikai also get 90 minutes of action inside MK Dons, the 1-0 home defeat to Ipswich Town in the English League One. Most of the players in England lost yesterday. Well,
Yeah.
Kaikai also they get since he moved to MK Dons, they get game time now as compared to Wycombe where be there. That's a good move for him for building confidence. Just that not to one player they win games. So what's important now the game time, as Emmanuel say. Mustafa Bundu replaced Ivan Gill. Calero inside the 69 minutes of action in FC Andorra, then 2-1 away defeat to Racing Santander in the La Liga Smart Bank. Then at the Segunda 2, the second league in Spain after La Liga. Well, they've been get for loss yesterday away to Racing Santander, and but Bundu been get 69 minutes of action before they replace him. Idris Kanu was on target for Barnett, one of the only Sierra Leonean on target yesterday. in the 4-1 home win over Aldershot Town. Kanu find the net inside the 75 minutes. He enjoyed 81 minutes of action. Goalkeeper Mohamed N. Kamara inside Orea AC lost 2-0 away to Raja Casablanca inside the African Champions League. John Roberts be there in action for Preston Lions as they defeat Werribee City 1-0 inside a vital away win na the Victoria NPL 2. All right. Alassane Koroma twin enjoy 86 minutes of action inside RB Linens, then 2-0 away win over Sans UD Sans in the Spanish Premier Federation League. Alusain in brother Alusain also be played for 10 plus minutes as he be replaced J. Pedro in the 80th minute. Well, that's all for now for some of the players that we play yesterday. Some then get for play today, then go continue. And Emmanuel, Salon Players Abroad, what do you think about the roundup of the so far and Kamara in new move to Chicago Fire? He's the king of MLS. He don't play almost all the team.
I didn't forget an award.
And definitely. And you see Kaikama the continue in fire runs Magdalene. Even at the age of 34, he's still doing what he's supposed to do as an attacker. And I just hope that with brothers and the younger ones coming up will look at him footstep, though you know go copy everything way to do, but go copy any attitude towards the game and see that you perform when you're called upon to do so. Because I remember when John came into the stage, they've been doing the thing when the likes of Boboski and Tete were going off, and he came in and step up and try for push Sierra Leone up there. And we hope see the likes of Musa Noah and Ali Conte presently and Bakayoko will able to step up the mantle very high for take with nation to that point. And to my brother John Roberts, as yesterday then get a vital win. We take them up into something like 5 points in the Melbourne NPL, as then they always try for do extremely well. And games are extremely competitive, and although there are some foul calls at times against the way make they draw the last games there, but it's football and it's a probability, and they've always gone back and work on their errors and come back. And today they have been able to have 3 points in total of five. Kudos to them, and I sure say they will continue the good one. And I think is one of the potentials Magdalene where the nation need for give attention to. And I will tell you everybody, me out of pride, that despite the present league way they play, but John Roberts can play every level of league if he work very hard. There's some certain attribute we go see in a player. You go know that this particular player, you just need the stage. As soon as you get on the stage, you always execute and perform very well. I hope so the nation will give him a high look and see where he will render back to Ceylon before Australia finally take him back from Guyana. And sure. And okay, you know, Magdalene, these are the guy down about to win that they really admire. Since it gets down to that championship, he always don't try for maintaining position. Even when they come back home and play Salon, in starting 90 minutes, he must get up. So these are the type of players Kista need for the give a high look. That if you able play in the championship, the League One in England, Magdalene, because then they play a lot of matches. The teams in Bokude. So it means that you're fit to play in the English Premier League easily. It's just a transition. And most of the we don't come up from the championship and cup and don't can cause trouble into the English Premier League. So it's just basic little distance between the Premier League and the championship, but it's highly competitive when you play only. So for him, I think it's a tick for him for making get a call for a national team because he will able to deliver very well in terms of the national calls there. And to the other brothers and the like of Issa Kalon, I hope so this time around we will able to get the opportunity for see what they do be executed in the national team when the
You know,
call
say
is being made.
Isan I be take break from the national team where we say you need a break at that time in the defend team and all. And
Team.
up to now, we don't know. But he's still playing at China. He be there on
Yeah.
holidays. I don't know if he will return back. He be there on holidays. So hopefully.
So hopefully we hope for see him back and help for build up with national team and get a better result as we focus on the Sao Tome. But one key thing in Magdalene I dey look at and this we home calling of we national team. I just hope that it not gonna affect the performance of we league because so most of the key players from these teams then likes of Mighty Black Police Alliance have been called into coaching camp. I just hope that the quality where the league don't produce no go drop because of
I
some of them
think
key players
I think after this week, after today matches, it's only 3 matches
Yeah,
left for round one of
yeah.
the league, and I don't think it will affect 3 matches, being that
Okay.
we just get 3 midweek and weekend more for end, and then get forget break obviously, so probably not during the break they will get more of the camping.
Because then get training on the 27th,
Mm.
the 40-man squad, and get training really
Yeah.
start on the
Monday
27th.
on
So
Monday.
yeah, Monday. So I hope say like it not gonna affect the game plans and the intensity of the Premier League of the Sierra Leone Premier League as it don't go.
All right, you go
Yeah.
for the Gladi. So because they don't call Ali Conte, so you add the point.
Yeah, but you know why? When you know the angle where they come up, cause he's our point striker.
All right,
Waiting for me. If they 9, I don't come third. I make them there.
Now successive winning no more, brother. Just keep
Uh,
on winning.
Salon Premier League, ask for push.
Yeah,
You
you
win
know to
two
put a
games.
petition against Edwards,
Yes,
so
they
then
win
give it a 3
petition.
points. Yeah.
They win. Oh, una chairman puts on a media. Oh.
No, we not go put on a brother, been a family matter.
All right. We can do the other draw, but Dopeii, what thing you take about the roundup of with Salon players them and Kamara and move at the age of 38. You get that kind of money where they pay for that's quite a lot. Even some of the players are already 18 and how many now on
Every
disgraceful
penny can money. I did say that puppy, when I'm not too man, not too young man, I'm puppy still dey play
Yeah.
ball. It's good. It shows say the passion for the love, is still get the love for the game. In one play, maybe hits in 40, and then maybe call it a day. Because I know say right now, you don't hang in boots for the national team, so you just want to focus on finishing his career. I think say what team they aim for, and I forget the highest goal scorer at the MLS. I think say that's 99 targets. But what team they think? I think when he achieves that goal, he's probably going to retire. Hopefully, he does it in the next year or maybe the next year and a half, and then he'll probably hang his boots and call it a career. For the rest of the players, that's good. Everybody's out there getting game time. The player that ended in Europe, the one ended in London, the one ended in Spain. All across the world. And my own brother, John Roberts, my own personal brother, John Roberts, is doing fantastic in Preston's in Melbourne. The fact that he's embarked on this journey, don't move away from a family in Sydney, go play in Melbourne. It shows that he wants a challenge in a different league just to see how he can make himself better as a footballer. So kudos to him and kudos to his team for getting the 3 point this today or yesterday when they win. And
Yeah.
it's just you keep working and hopefully one day, if the Sierra Leone Association gets scouts there in places like Australia or then get people that they listen to in places like Australia, people like John Roberts, Hassan Jallo, and all these up and young coming guys that we have in our country, one day they can wear that green, white, and blue shirt, represent Sierra Leone in Nations Cup or at the World Cup stage one day.
All right. I hope you don't promote you straight to World Cup. Well, we look forward to
Oh,
that.
if we get
Definitely.
if we get a player, they will make the World Cup. Emmanuel,
All right.
like
Definitely. That's true. And the likes of
Conquer
Hassan
Africa.
Jallo is doing extremely well in Iceland.
in
Extremely
that cold
well, Yeah,
country.
you see. So
Yeah,
these are
but
like good strikers that we need. We able make a difference in our
yeah,
national team.
yeah,
People
so
that
Hassan good at also at coming from the corner as well.
The
So
corner,
yeah.
very good.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. One conquer
Yeah,
Africa
that's
first
what
before
I
we go
see.
World Cup.
Yeah.
All right. So we go and let's see who will be the winner, and then we will come and say bye bye for today.
So Dimitrios the win.
Eh?
Anybody name those
Yeah,
They
they
will
players.
don't
help
pass
us
that.
to win. Help us to win.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I will sign. Final, we
I'm,
get a male
I'm
winner.
Manchester man win, so Manchester.
And see that guy in as
Yeah.
us to win Manchester. Hey, Alusai don't win, he don't win money.
Today the Kamara family now they
But
win.
when
Mabinti, Amit
Mabinti,
Kamara.
yes,
Amit
and when
Kamara. Yeah.
where the
I
Manchester
will, I will,
jersey,
start-
he win
I
money
will,
inside
wait.
Manchester jersey. So now win.
I know. I think Mabinti. Yeah, now win. Yeah, I will sign.
Yeah.
Congratulations for winning today. One of the team member from Freetown will contact you for get you giveaway money. No lose hope. We still get giveaway next week, and we'll try for continue for seek for more funding and sponsor. Thanks to our friend for today, and I don't say it just got bad luck this week. Calling team, then they lost to us. Leicester lost and beat
The Foxes,
Leicester.
yeah.
Arsenal beat Leicester. Makato lost to Western Sydney. And
Sydney,
Manchester beat Barcelona.
Barcelona.
What a guan. Jamaica say what a
I
guan.
don't know he lost because you might want to get a kuti.
All right. Okay. So we round up now. Carabao Cup today. I know so now today against we. But quick, we're waiting on a take about the two United. It's gonna be in the United at the end of the day. The cup for be inside one United. So any side for them now United.
Don't be what you think. Correct?
No, not long. You're not long. Now United. We are all one. We are United. I think for both managers, they're coming off.
Yeah.
For them, for Ten Hag, for Eddie Howe, this is not a big
Yeah.
win
Yeah.
for both managers if one of them will win, because Eddie had been in the Premier League for so long, has not won a trophy. Besides promoting with Bournemouth from Championship to League One, to the Premier League. Ten Hag coming from Ajax, where he was, the most fearless manager in the Dutch league. Coming to the Premier League. This is his first ever major, trophy. If he wins, so for both managers, it's a lot at stake. It's gonna boost the squad. And Manchester United, I don't lie, I don't know the last time they raised trophy. So this will also
Who
this
better
will also
pass
boost the
Newcastle?
team. No, Newcastle. But the thing is, Newcastle now they don't get the money. Who now we get the money? So
Since Jose Mourinho
for
left.
since Mourinho left, they haven't really been the United that everybody fears from those days. So I think it's
Alright.
a fair game. For me, I want the United to win. Any United now, like Maggie said, now Newcastle now my United now. I just want the United to win. But I know it's gonna be a very enjoyable game. It's, from both sides. They're gonna play their best players because both managers want to lift the trophy. They want to lift their
Alright.
first trophy in the Premier League.
Okay. Emmanuel, waiting you take about the Carabao Cup and please not put Arsenal about that deal.
No, we know they put Arsenal about that day, but one thing that interests me more now, Dopeii, first we used to call a Carabao Cup as Speaking Cup. That was where
Yeah,
we were using the youthful players.
Where una win and
That
also
we
pick
get
up.
some big team there.
Any
We
team where
get
win
some
and also
certain
pick
team
up.
where where they say now picking cup, interesting. No, but now I
yeah.
dey see some of them team they
You
were
see
missing a
that they
picking cup now. Now
Liverpool.
they self, don't pick up sweet oh.
A cup is a cup.
So you see, now they see people are saying that a cup is a cup. And Jose Mourinho be not talk and say, hey, you not get picking cup, you not get big cup. You not get picking team, you not get small team. Every player entitled for play every single match. Now one of the people that begin Puella Carabao Cup day. By then I think I've been calling cup. You go see where you get the play against us, how they go offend your academy or body, they go put them Michael Essien, Balak, a couch,
Yeah,
Makalele. They can kick them over there. Quick, you don't get results, he is having force. So, me not get picking for play football, adults. So, but it's gonna be a very good final. And as Dopeii, your analysis were correct. And we see both coaches want for send a signal to the fans and to the league that they mean business. And if Manchester United win this one, trust me, it will give it a big motivation into the Premier League. You will see the speed and momentum, the change. And also Newcastle, if they win this, no, trust me, it's a motivation for the new owners. That will give them the cause for splashing more money in the next windows, and they will become a title contenders. So for me, it's going to be a very good finals, but I see United on the edge. If you watch them games where they play in the Premier League, they always take the edge over Newcastle United and get a very good records over them. It's all about the 90 minutes, but indeed, if you watch, there is more percentage of winning for Manchester United than that of Newcastle. But it's football, you never can tell it's a final in a neutral ground. We just want to enjoy and watch a good final, and whatsoever be the winning outcome, congratulations to that team there.
All right, thank you very much, Emmanuel and Dopeii, for the show today. As they move on, thanks, guys. We go see you next week, but Dopeii go absent next week. But me and Emmanuel go there. Hopefully,
Yeah, no
hopefully me and
Oh,
Emmanuel
yeah,
go
go
there.
send on me for the one all day. I just send on a picture. So when I go there, when I post the picture, the one, yeah.
So why you
Yeah,
want
okay,
put me
Maggie,
through pains?
wait, why they ask, why they go all day? Are they enter hashtag, so I go win.
Where we know that again? Where we know that?
I'm not for this source. Yeah.
You want
Wait
on
till you gotta
Aziz?
keep power go.
Hey, no,
Aziz, I
I
don't
beg you
keep
there
power
for
go.
boost we player Musa Tombo. I beg.
You give Musa the money.
They give
Yes.
Musa.
Only for again.
Why for you for play safe? You know they play. Anybody waiting at this show they play. Now Aziz we don't do a 1 time. You know they play
No,
again.
you see, I'm a new manager. The new manager say I'm not for play Nations Cup. Where they go? See, I'm not for play independence. So I don't listen to the manager now. I'm a full analyst.
No,
I
you
don't
need
play ball game.
Mr. Self endorser. You need recovery, brother. There's a big stake ahead.
If they go do big coverage for the independent. So
Me manager don't talk. I don't listen. So I don't touch
No, me self endorse
Yeah.
that you get the big stake ahead. So we will find another goal puncher.
Now use
I
Vandy.
don't get nobody like me when I
Vandy
don't go to international.
Vandy na invisible. That Emmanuel glad in team Arsenal don't win yesterday. FC Carolina
Wanderers win.
Now we ain't got now. Wonder.
Yes.
For saying that you Angel see this weekend no more.
Wait, Alex, I've been praying fast now.
All right. They learned. All right.
Yeah.
Me they follow Nigeria lecture because now we online Peter Obi. We don't know if we go win, but today.
Oh yeah. Okay.
we follow, but Peter Obi doesn't do very
Yeah,
well.
I wait for the outcome. See who that win.
Yeah, in some polling unit election results them, he lead they win, the perception that go even can second now don't they change.
The whole Nigeria celebrity they vote for her. They don't care the whole celebrity there.
Well, we don't know if we will win because you get the KKKs, the Kaduna, Katsina, Kano of Nigeria. Those areas are not and they are APC densely APC populated area. All right, then Baba
for
guys,
Tinubu.
we go still.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Dopeii, you don't go do that. Dopeii, you don't go do that. You don't go do that. Let me
slideshow.
Lent me you key.
No worry.
Now go wait in the house. By the time they can, I will not place near you.
No problem. Wait, they call me. I will go to up outside.
Alright, guys.
Tuesday at the left. I Tuesday at the left.
Left Johnny. Left the king at the remote at the caretaker.
Yeah, I can empty you.
All right.
In fact,
wait.
they can removalist truck and they pack them for you. They open with comfort.
Yes, sir. Thank you
They're
very much for all
empty.
the stuff you left.
Thank you very much. All right, guys. Have a good week.
All right. Yeah, have a safe
Okay,
journey.
Dopeii,
bye-bye.
enjoy your vacation. Cheers,
Thank
bro.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.